to throw out this video because I want to teach you how to eat with 5 really simple steps. But I want to go a step further and teach you how to eat for weight loss, because this is a biggie in our lives, right? We all want to look and feel better. Okay, so let's get right into it. Step 1, eat 1 serving of food anytime that you eat. If the amount of food that we eat exceeds the amount of energy that we're using, we're going to have an energy surplus. Now, if that energy surplus is not used, our body is going to store that energy as fat for later, and then we're gonna have weight gain. So when I say eat 1 serving anytime that you eat, I'm not saying put a tiny amount of food on your plate or bowl. Put however much you want, but just know that that is the amount that you're gonna eat for that meal or that snack, and that's it. I was super guilty of eating 2, sometimes 3 portions every time that I ate. But as I've gotten older, I've realized that's not gonna fly anymore. And I started gaining weight. So I made this 1 simple rule for myself. I had just 1 serving every meal, and I was blown away how quickly I started to lose weight. I remember being like, wait a minute, if I eat less food, I lose weight? What? It had never occurred to me. I've always been an eater, but I've always been so active. But as the years go up, my metabolism is clearly going down. So I had to meet myself where I was at, right? So that's where I'm at. Eat 1 serving anytime that I eat. Now, I'm not just talking about meals. I'm talking about snacks too. I don't want you eating out of the bag. That is like the worst thing that we can do, right? It's like the never-ending amount of food. So I want you to put whatever snack you're gonna have into a container, a bowl or a plate, and eat just that. Now, at first, you're gonna be hungry if you're used to having more than 1 serving. Your meal or snack is gonna be over and your brain's gonna be like, wait a minute, that's all we're getting? Get back up and get another one. But your job is just to let the hunger be there. It's okay. You're not starving. Your brain's gonna tell you are, right? It's gonna be like, wait a minute, no, we need more food. It's okay. You know that you're not starving. You know that you're surrounded by food that you can eat at the next snack or the next meal, and you're gonna be okay. So what I do is I just let that food settle for a couple minutes, and I just drink a pint of water after every meal. All right, step 2, drink more water. Most of us don't drink enough water. Your body needs water. Your brain needs water. Your organs need water. Your skin needs water. All of the things need water. So your job is to drink it, replenish your body. Oftentimes, thirst is masked as hunger. You'll feel super hungry, but you're actually thirsty. So give it a try. Next time that you're hungry, drink a pint of water and see if you feel better. Or when you're kind of just dragging around, you're feeling low energy, try drinking a pint of water. You're probably thirsty. You don't even know it. You're going to feel so much better. Water is also great for flushing out bacteria and viruses from our body. If you're starting to feel a little bit sick, a little bit congested, maybe have a urinary tract infection, drink a bunch of water. It'll help flush your body out. It'll help cleanse your body. Water is amazing. Drink as much of it as possible. So how do you do it? Start your day with a pint of water. You want to wash all those toxins out of your body that have accumulated as you've been sleeping. Give your body a little boost, help it out. So drink water first thing. Next, drink water anytime that you feel hungry. Drinking water is going to give you a feeling of fullness that's going to help stave off your next snack or your next meal. It's going to be able to push it out a little bit more. So that means there's gonna be more time between meals for you, which isn't a bad thing. Or you can bypass a snack because you're not hungry. I also recommend drinking a pint of water before and after every meal. The before the meal is gonna help fill you up a bit, and after, help you feel full faster. Especially if you're trying the 1 serving thing and that's new, right? It's gonna help give you that feeling of fullness faster. I recommend to everyone that they get a water bottle that they love and that they carry around with them at all times. This water bottle does not leave my side. I have it all day, every day, so I am ready to drink water whenever I want. And again, anytime that I'm hungry, I drink water. Anytime that I'm feeling a little bit tired, I drink water, and I always feel so much better. All right, drink water between every adult beverage if you drink alcohol. It's definitely gonna help you feel better. And it's going to slow your roll on how many alcoholic beverages you're having. And last, drink a pint of water before you go to bed. Okay, step 3, Check in with your body. Now, most of us eat because the clock tells us it's time to eat, right? It's noon, it's lunchtime, it's time to eat. Or there's food around us, or the people around us are eating. But we're not actually hungry. We don't have true hunger. So I want you to check in with your body and ask yourself, am I truly hungry, or is this mind hunger? Now, mind hunger is triggered by all those things I just said, right? The clock tells us it's time to eat. There's food around us. People are eating. We smell food. And when all those things happen, or one of those things happen, it triggers us to start thinking about food. And then when we start thinking about food, we start feeling desire for food, right? We want to have food. And then we start to feel hungry. But the difference between mind hunger and true hunger is that mind hunger feels urgent. It feels like you have to do it right now. I have to eat right now. I'm starving, right? We all know that line. We've all said it so many times, I'm sure. When the reality is we probably just ate a couple hours ago. Now, true hunger feels more peaceful. It waxes and wanes. It comes and it goes. You could eat or not eat, and you're totally fine. And true hunger is created by our body. It's like an actual biological thing happening in our body, not by our mind. So when you're hungry, I want you to drink water and then ask yourself, am I truly hungry, or is this mind hunger? Separating the two is really a big game changer for understanding what's happening with your body and with your mind. Okay, step 4, regulate your blood sugar. So carbohydrates, things like bread products or gluten products, so pastries, cakes, bagels, muffins, and then there's potatoes, rice, beans, corn, any kind of sugar. Those things are all carbohydrates, and all of those things spike your blood sugar. Now, any combination of carbohydrates like flour and refined sugar, like in a cake or a pastry, is gonna spike your blood sugar the most. This causes your body to release insulin to bring our blood sugar back down. Now, this isn't a problem until this happens regularly. So when we're frequently spiking our blood sugar throughout the day, day after day, we're throwing our body's natural equilibrium off, and that throws all of our hormones off, and our body starts packing on the pounds. And then we probably feel like crap because we've gained weight, our hormones are thrown off, and we're probably just tired. It's harder to lug around that extra weight, and you're dealing with that blood sugar spike and then drop. And we don't like how we look. So then we keep eating these unhealthy things because they're easy, because we need easy because we don't have much energy. And oftentimes we're trying to eat things to make ourselves feel better, which has us in this terribly complicated loop. Now you're probably thinking, I'm smart. Why do I keep living in this loop of eating this thing, feeling like crap, gaining weight, but going back for more? And I'm going to tell you why. It's partially not your fault. There are 2 things against you. The first is your primal brain. Your primal brain loves carbohydrates. It loves carbohydrates because they release that feel-good neurotransmitter, serotonin, so your brain is very happy. And also because carbohydrates are easy energy. Your body doesn't have to work that hard to break it down. It's getting energy like this. So your primal brain wants you to eat the carbs. It wants you to eat the sugary thing because it knows it's going to get that instant energy boost. It's not thinking about the long-term effects of this. It's not thinking about the blood sugar spike, blood sugar dip, and then the weight gain. It doesn't care about that. It just cares about the right now, which is put that delicious thing into my mouth. Now, the second thing against you is the food industry. The food industry knows that your primal brain wants those things. It knows that it wants the pastries, the sugar, the delicious thing, right? So it packages all of these things for us in a convenient, easy to grab way. The food industry knows it's a win for your brain. For example, if you were offered a muffin or an apple, most of us would probably say the muffin. Your primal brain is yelling, take the muffin, get the muffin. And that's most likely because it's some combination of processed sugar and then carbohydrates, the 2 easiest forms of energy for your body. And then you feel good eating it because it's releasing that serotonin. So your primal brain thinks that that's necessary for survival. Again, it's not looking at the future. It doesn't care about what's going to happen down the road when you start gaining weight. It cares about right now. So it tells us to keep eating more and more and more, and to keep buying it again and again and again. Now, the problem is most of us listen to this part of our brain, and we do exactly what it tells us to do. But we don't need these high carb, high sugar things for survival. We're just fine. So just know your primal brain is not supposed to be in charge, because its vision is this big. It's tiny. It's only thinking about the now. So now that you know these 2 little nuggets of wisdom, you can use them to your advantage, right? Know when your primal brain is trying to take control because it thinks that it needs something for survival. And understand that the food industry knows about this and it's going to take advantage of it. So a way to help regulate your blood sugar is to increase your healthy fat intake, because healthy fats help fill you up and they keep you full for longer. Also, they're great for your brain. So foods in healthy fat are things like nuts, avocado, olives, olive oil, butter, meat, eggs, cheese, all the delicious things. So healthy fats, when you combine that with a carbohydrate, it stops your blood sugar from spiking. It's still going to go up, but it's not going to spike as much. So that means you don't have that big rush of insulin, and then your body isn't packing on the pounds because you're doing one of these. And you're going to feel better because you're not doing one of these. Now, sugar is the worst culprit for spiking your blood sugar. Refined sugar or processed sugar is the worst. White sugar, brown sugar, raw sugar. Maple syrup and agave syrup and honey are all on the border of refined and natural sugar. And then there's the natural sugar from fruit and vegetables. Now, the problem with these processed or refined sugars, again, is that they spike your blood sugar the most. So that means you're going to have the biggest crash because your body is being forced to release the most amount of insulin. So then you're going to feel tired. You're going to feel maybe exhausted. I took a complete hiatus from sugar for 75 days. On day 76, I took my niece for a donut and I had to take a nap after. And even after I took that nap, I felt drugged. I was kind of like crawling through the day, like, what's happening? I was even like irritable because I was so tired. It just showed me how terrible sugar is for you, how terrible that sugar spike is for you, for your blood sugar, hormones, everything. So now I really am judicial about how I eat sugar and when I eat it. So I recommend you take a break from eating sugar, processed sugar, if it's part of your daily life. And again, I recommend it because I did it and it was amazing to me how much better I felt without the sugar. Before, I used to eat sugar every night. I would have a couple cookies, a little scoop of ice cream, and every morning I would wake up exhausted. And every morning I would be like, what's going on? I'd be so confused, right? Like, did I not sleep enough? Oh, it must be my seasonal allergies. It never occurred to me that it was the sugar. But after I took that 75-day break from sugar, I was like, light bulbs, it's the sugar. What? I couldn't believe it. I was bummed because I love sugar. Who doesn't? But it is so bad for us. So I want you to understand how good, how clean, how energized you can feel without sugar. So much better. Okay, step 5 is to eat whole foods. Again, the food industry is brilliant. It wants us to eat these packaged, convenient foods, but they're packed full of crap, right? It's probably unhealthy fats because it's cheaper, packed full of carbohydrates, and they're packed full of preservatives. Now, preservatives are so bad because those also throw off your hormones. There's all sorts of crap in there that your body is not used to processing. It's all man-made things. So when our hormones are thrown off, we eat more. We don't feel full like we normally would. And then we gain weight. I'm sure you've heard that saying, if you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. And I live by that 100%. For the most part, I cook everything because it's so much better for you. You're getting all those minerals, those vitamins, all the nutrients that your body needs, the more colorful that your plate is. And the more colorful it is through adding vegetables and fruit, having a variety on your plate. And you tend to do that more when you cook. So what I suggest to you is to stay away from the middle of the grocery store. When you go shopping, just stay around the edges. look for easy recipes. If you look in the Foodlit, I have tons of easy recipes or even just meal ideas, and you can throw them together because they're very simple. Again, I don't love spending time in the kitchen, so all of my things are really easy, but they're delicious, they're nourishing, and I feel great after I eat them. And then last is just keep practicing. If creating fresh meals is new for you, it's gonna take a little bit of work, but it's way easier than you think. And it'll probably be easier because you're gonna have more energy because you're not being bogged down by those preservatives and all the crap in that food that's already packaged. So why do all this? Because I know you're gonna feel better. By not having your blood sugar spike and then dip, by not eating these packaged things full of preservatives, by nourishing your body and your mind with more water, by eating smaller portions and eating cleaner, you're gonna feel so much better. And you're gonna look so much better. Who doesn't want that? All right. If you need more help with this, feel free to reach out and let me know how it goes.